The Syrian refugee crisis has led to photographs that have shocked the world, and images of daring escapes and harrowing journeys of millions in the Middle East, many with families and children. The problem now lies in the willingness of the United States and other countries to give them a safe haven. Nebraska has long been a refugee-friendly state, and that was clear when hundreds gathered in Lincoln and Omaha at a prayer vigil for Syrian refugees.
12 million Syrians trying to escape the daily threat of violence against their own bodies. Where will they go?
For now, not Nebraska. Governor Pete Ricketts released a statement asking that all efforts to resettle Syrian refugees be postponed after it was discovered that one of the terrorists in Paris might have entered Europe as a refugee. Ricketts is not alone. 31 other governors have asked to close their state's borders to Syrian refugees.
Human rights-wise, it's a big mistake. Logical-wise, it's a big mistake. Political-wise, it's a big mistake. There is no way that I can understand where the politicians are coming from.
Nebraska Appleseed, a nonprofit, decided they wanted to do something to show that not all Nebraskans agree with the governor.
It was a show of our Nebraska values and who we are as people. We'd been watching the Syrian refugees for weeks prior to the Paris attacks, and people were devastated by what they were seeing and wanting to reach out and help people in one way or another. And then that moment when the governors decided that it's not safe for us to take Syrian refugees, where people felt like this is really an opportunity where we can reach out to those who are vulnerable.
Refugee camps for years on, and then if you're lucky, you may get a country to accept you as their citizen, and that is a big deal.
Many former refugees spoke at the vigil and shared their own experiences.
Good to be an American, good to be a soldier, good to be a refugee, and good to be a friend. I'm your friend. Come and knock my door and say, how are you? Okay, let's have a dialogue. Let's talk to each other.
For now, resettlement agencies in Nebraska must wait. The governor's request can't legally stop them from pursuing Syrian refugees, but because of the extensive screening process, it could be a while before they're admitted.
Every family member is interviewed, whether it's the 6-year-old or the 90-year-old grandmother maybe. Everyone has interviews. They do background checks, there's medical background checks. It's definitely a long process then for them to get through everything to be cleared, you would say, for resettlement.
In the meantime, Lutheran Family Services has to continue working with the refugees they do have, and there are plenty. Nebraska is in the top 20% of states when it comes to resettlement, and they rely heavily on donations and volunteers.
Give us your tired, your poor, your teeming masses yearning to breathe free. Amen.